Hello and welcome to the fourth and final episode of In the Name of, our Magical Girl RPG played on Girl by Moonlight. Thank you so much to Evil Hat for sponsoring this series and making it possible. Of course, Girl by Moonlight is funding right now and you should check it out. Did you back it yet? Did you get your hands on it? Let me know. Let's go around and let's meet everybody that's playing.
Hi, my name is Lexi. I am your idol alias, otherwise known as Zariah.
And I am Kaylee Bray, playing Mora Troy, or Idol Vision. Both of us use she, her pronouns.
And I use she, he, they pronouns, so does Zariah.
Amazing. I am Danny Gage, playing Ashley Park and Idol Melody / Discord, depending on the mood, apparently. And we both use she, her pronouns.
And I'm Xander Genre using he, him pronouns, but today I'm trying on they, them pronouns with Pauldron Shepherd, the Idol Guard, who's ready for this fight. Maybe?
Who could say? I am Sage Ryan and I am your game master for this, currently tormenting this lovely, sweet group of innocent beings. Where we left you, you had headed out to gather intel. You'd been sent out by the Rebellion. The Rebellion is currently fighting back the oppressive forces of both magic and capitalism at the same time, because we can't tell a story here that doesn't end in anti-capitalism.
That's true.
You are trying to get a little bit of information by blending in. You know that the magical people that are leading this oppressive government have been reaching out to other worlds to try and bring in other magical forces. They're trying to bolster up their numbers to try and rebuild their idea of this world. The way they saw it, this world wasn't good enough, and they thought that with magic they could make it better. Slowly, their resources have depleted away, and they need more, calling out to you to see if you would come and be heroes with and for them. They have offered you, if you are able to assist, safe passage back home. So far, the only way that you've been offered even the potential chance of getting back to where you came from. And you all successfully were able to deceive them as not part of the rebellion,
What
not
rebellion?
here to gather secrets, and only people simply lost, pulled in from another city, ready to be a hero here as well, in their idea of a hero. You were brought in to a beautiful, lavish, extravagant house, marbled, clean, crisp whites, perfect and pristine furniture, and you saw a hideout, a group of magical people milling about within the house when your current contact, Crag, brought you in and said you would need to be tested. As everyone in the room slowly moves towards you, 8 magical figures. Is there anything that you'd like to do? They're not moving quickly yet, but they are all closing in.
Wait, what kind of test? I didn't study.
I'll just take a ready pose and watch what's happening.
Fantastic. Now you're all in your transformed abilities, but also as a reminder, you are all also in Eclipse. However,
That's
that
true.
affects what is happening right now. That is the case, and for those, just to catch you all up at home, in case you've forgotten, Eclipse affects the state that you're in. It affects your mental state. You're still in full control and have autonomy over your characters and who they are, but it adds a piece of motivation, maybe a piece of irritation, something that makes you very strong in some kind of conviction. Do with that what you will. As they close in, one grabs each of your arms and puts them behind you. Or at least they're going to try, and you can attempt to resist it.
No, I think that Alias, I'm going to, as they're circling in around our group, I'm going to spin and get down, drop down into a squat and bring my scepter and try to knock all of their feet, truly just do an arc around. I'm being as dramatic
Sweep
as
the
possible.
foot.
Sweep
Yeah.
All right, so going for a sweep of the leg. Do you want to do a ability for that, or do you want to just roll it?
I think
Is this a superhuman feat for you?
I'm gonna save my superhuman feat. I think for right now, I'm just, how many legs can I bonk?
Yeah.
So I think that this is probably either gonna be a flow or defy.
That would be a flow or a defier. Defy, of course, is going to be about you mustering the courage to kick ass, standing up to a bully, fixing them with a stern glare. So would you like it to be a defiant roll, or would you like it to be a flow roll, which is more about the physical?
Flow is way more close to what I'm doing. I have nothing in either, so.
All
it's about
right,
the same.
flow it is.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. 5.
Nice.
2 5s.
Yeah.
This is why you don't let me touch the dice.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All of you are able to see as you go in to sweep the legs, you go through and you are able, because 5 is not an extreme success, you are able to take at least the person going for your legs out from under and they're not able to grab onto you. I would like everyone to roll resistance for what is about to happen if you want to resist it, or you can just straight up take it. But if you want to try and fight off this consequence at all, we'll use resist.
Just as a note too, we do have a +1 to resistance that we can add to the pool.
So with resistance, you will choose, I will choose an attribute that you are all rolling. So with that in mind, this is going to be against violence and fear. So this is going to be a sun resistance roll.
Oh no.
And do we choose? Okay. So I have like a dot and defy, which falls under sun.
Yeah.
And so that I would have the 1
Yes,
plus the 1.
correct.
Because I would like to see what they are trying to do, but I also want to steal. I would be willing to be physically restrained, but I want to like steel myself against anything that could be coming at me that could make other people vulnerable. Is that still the same?
So
like,
you can
I?
not resist it, and you can choose to roll something like an action instead.
Yeah.
Would you like to defy in that scenario?
Yeah, I think probably defy is gonna be the only
That's gonna
thing
be
that I
about,
can
like, your
really
courage.
do.
This
Yeah,
is
it's gonna be
stealing
about like
yourself.
the courage and like stealing myself because I'm happy to be physically restrained because I think it doesn't really affect the way that I express my magic anyway.
Okay.
Amazing. I'm resisting.
Okay.
And you said sun?
Yes.
Okay. We're rolling 4.
It's not as bad as I usually roll.
Are you just like thriving in sun?
I'm thriving in
Okay,
sun.
a 5,
A 5.
from
But it is
Pauldron.
desperate. So,
Oh yeah, you
I
have
have
to.
a-
get a
Everything is
6.
desperate for you right
Yes,
now
it is.
until you're
So-
able to reconjoin yourselves.
I think as they try to like grab us, I'll just go, no! And I'll try to like grab onto Polly. I got a 5.
Okay, now because you are in a desperate state, a 5 is not enough to succeed. So in that, you will still be grappled.
I also got a 5.
Okay, you are not in a desperate state right now, so a 5 is enough for you to succeed. You were able to sweep the foot, and that prevented you from being grabbed. Now, for your defiance, this is for stealing yourself to make sure that you're not lost in your nerves.
Only a 3.
Have you rolled any successes this game?
One. I rolled a 6 for when I got the poison promise to
Rewrite
make a really, really bad choice.
Yes, you did. That's right.
That's it. I think that's the only success I rolled.
That's incredible. This is the 4th episode.
Of 4.
4. So hey, there's still a little bit of time, but this isn't it. So you are also restrained in that, and afraid because you failed to not be afraid. In grabbing you, they line those of you that they could grab up next to each other. What are you going to do not restrained and you not restrained?
Yeah, as I break free, I see that Melody or Discord has fallen behind and reached out to me for help. So in an action, I want to actually, how dare you use one of my transcendent abilities? When you strike back against someone who has harmed one of your friends, gain +1 effect. So I'm going to go against this magical person who's tried to restrain them.
All right, go for it.
And if I succeed, I can recover a stress,
Ooh,
which
you
would
can
be
use it.
great.
That would be
Yeah.
ideal.
So defy, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have 2 for this. A 5.
A 5. All right.
Oh, yep.
Okay. And you want to try and prevent Ashley from being
free-
grabbed or Discord from being grabbed?
Exactly.
Okay. You want to try and kind of maybe like muscle the person off of them.
Because they had a 5 anyway, it's just because they're eclipsed that wouldn't have succeeded.
Absolutely.
Maybe like just a little bit of help.
Yeah, 100%. You can absolutely provide that help, and you do prevent it. You are freed from it. They were grabbing onto you, and it broke the grasp that they had around you. One of these kind of like minions of magic.
And we'll move over to Prez.
Yeah.
I'll turn to Crag and say, what kind of test is this once again? Because I'm just a little confused on how this proves anything.
Oh, hey. Everybody settle down. It's okay. You can't expect us to not have any kind of check of who you are, what you can do.
But we're magic girls.
Yeah, sure. Lots of people can do magic, but I needed to know what kind. Very interesting so far to see.
I already
You're
told you what kind I
interesting.
could do. I don't understand why you're being so mean.
Oh, listen. Sorry, what was your name?
Mora.
I don't think had given
The mundane name.
your mundane name.
I'm scared.
Mora.
Uh-huh.
I don't intend to be mean. I want to be friends with all of you. Absolutely. It's just we have to know that we can trust you.
What about us makes us seem untrustworthy? Can you let go, please?
Everybody has to go through this. All of us did when we arrived here. It's something that we do to make sure that our trust and bonds are strong. You all trust each other, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, Rainbow Rollers, right? Would you let just anyone come in and be part of the Rainbow Rollers?
If they were magical enough and if they had enough heart.
Yeah.
Well, if we needed help and we asked for help, yeah, we would let people help us. Why?
Magical enough and have enough heart. That's exactly what we mean.
What?
So, I'm gonna need you to let my friend go. And what I'm gonna say is that you can trust us. And you can trust us just as much as you can trust for me to not race over to that pillar that's holding this entire room up and damage it so badly that this entire house falls on us. Because we all know what people who can do magic can do. But we're here to help you. And I'm here to help my friends.
Let Mora go.
Do you get anything for getting a speech in?
Yeah.
You don't have to use it, but I remember that you have something.
Uninterrupted monologue?
Uninterrupted monologue.
You don't have to use it, but I want you to know that I would consider that an uninterrupted monologue.
It's so sad because I don't get anything for it.
Okay.
It's like
Get
if I
to do
push
it.
That's
myself,
your-
I get to do it.
Okay, cool. Nope, noted. Listen, I like you. I agree. Absolutely. I'm sorry about that. Hey. And one of the spectral hands snaps as opposed to like the hand attached to his arm. And they let go of you. All four of you are now actively free. And I don't want to get off to the wrong start here, but we need you to prove yourselves, of course, before we put you on a more important task, because what we have at hand is requires much trust and much skill.
Then give us something small.
Sure. And he'll
That isn't beating us up in a room?
turn around and kind of convene with the other. There's 8 other people in here, and they all just give us just a moment. One stays back to like keep an eye on you guys as they like shuffle off to have a chat. You have a moment in the room with just one of these magical people that stands and watches you.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Can I see if can I vibe check the person who's with us?
Absolutely. What are you trying to inquire about?
I want to know if they are if they're like me and just somebody who doesn't know, or if they're like a true believer who knows what's happening and has chosen this as opposed to has been misled.
Okay. I'm going to roll for what they are, and you roll to analyze it.
Cool. Here, you know what?
Taking the dice out of the dice tray.
Oh, this is such a big moment.
All of those many dice that you haven't been using, it's a D6 system.
Right.
Yeah, I took them all out.
This better work.
5.
Yes.
That's success. You look over this person who watches each of you intently. They take a kind of like standing and fighting pose ready because they've seen that you were successfully able to resist being grappled. They're a little nervous to be here alone with the 4 of you. And they look over, and you get the sense in analyzing where you kind of dig deeper beyond it. You get information that like you're not supposed to be able to have necessarily by just looking at somebody. This is definitely a magical read on them. And you get the idea that this person has nothing but this, and they will do anything for it. They desperately believe in this cause.
What's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
And they're like still a little nervous, and they kind of like bolster up even more. Fry.
Hi, Fry.
Hello, we're the Rainbow Rollers.
Yeah, I get that you're the Rainbow Rollers.
Why are you so nervous?
Because I was set to watch over you guys.
Oh, we're not gonna run or anything. We were just a little scared.
Yeah, what? I mean,
If you're cool,
yeah,
we'll be cool.
Because you guys started being kind of not cool.
Yeah, you really did.
And
start
we've
that.
been nothing but cool.
Have you guys never experienced like anything before?
No.
We
I mean,
fell out of the sky and hit our heads.
Yeah.
I mean, we fought monsters and stuff, but like, other magical people have never.
Attacked us? Unless
Yeah.
they're villains.
We're always, and you all seem like magical people and not villains, so we just, I don't know, it's just weird not to be trusted by other magical people, because we offered to help, you guys offered to help us, like, I don't know, it just feels kind of weird.
It's very
Why is
different.
everyone so scared?
Sure. Well, I'm just going to make sure that you guys all stay here. And
Okay.
if everybody else is relaxed, I'm sure the test will go very well.
What kind of test is it?
You're going to have to try and convince this person. You've analyzed them, but like you're also going to have to roll to probably conceal if you want to
Sure.
try and like get this out of them. You can try to empathize.
Yeah, I'm happy either way.
I would like to alley-oop. I think I'm just gonna like really like start pacing. I think we're on roller skates still, but I'm gonna start pacing on the roller skates. And like, if it's like a really big test, I feel like we just didn't study enough. If it's like a test of physicality, I'm just worried about you, like Polly, your ankle, and I'm just gonna try to talk up how anxious.
So that
Like,
gave you
what
an
kind of
additional
test?
D6.
Please.
Sure. Yeah. Roll 1 or 2.
Ooh.
This person shuts down. They see you trying to get information out of them, and they know that they're alone, and they've already said too much, and they like stone face out. And they will stand silently and not answer any of your questions, completely ignoring you at this point, watching you.
Thank you, Fry.
We'll just sit here and wait.
I guess. Weird.
I thought that was the test.
I did too. Actually, I wasn't expecting them to say that.
Wait, I thought,
There's another test.
there's another test, so but if the test was just them holding us while like somebody else beat us up, I don't understand what that test would prove anything.
I don't want to find out.
I don't want to fight these people. They need help. Why are they fighting us?
Maybe we'll see what they want.
Okay.
You can overhear the conversation kind of wrapping up in the other room. Is there anything you want to do before the other people come back into the room?
I'm gonna heal a stress, but that doesn't get me out of Eclipse.
Yeah.
Above game, what's everyone's like way to break out of Eclipse again?
When someone shows
Your
you
trigger?
something pure and beautiful, you set aside your crusade. So, still looking.
Oh jeez.
My halves need to reconcile their opinions.
Ah shit.
Yeah.
When someone shows me the truth of their heart and I reveal my identity to them.
Cool.
Cool.
And I'm not eclipsed because I did hit my like trigger to come out of it. So
You did.
I'm like, oh.
The door opens, and everybody comes back into the room. Crag's still definitely taking point. Crag is clearly the face here, and looks to you. You've positioned yourself as a leader. Okay, well, look. I understand that maybe the restraints were not a good approach. We don't intend to hurt you, and we didn't. Nobody was going to beat you up. We just wanted to give you an assignment and make sure that you weren't going to run out on us, because it's dangerous out there. We can't have it on our hands if you run out and get hurt. So, we ask if you'll do something.
What do you need?
Well, we hear that there is a group of people heading west of the city. And they've harmed some of our people.
Oh no.
We've lost people.
Are they magic people also?
They're not, as far as we know. I mean, they could be hiding it very well, but in our efforts for peace, they were not interested. They were not interested in sharing this space. So, with that in mind, they have one of ours.
A hostage?
Would seem so. They've taken someone with them, and we want to see if you would be willing to go and get them back for us.
Of course.
How do we know who it is that we're looking for?
Well, we'll tell you to look out for them.
Yeah, what do they look like?
Sure.
What's your name?
Absolutely. As most of you probably do, they have their mundane and their magical forms. Their name is Triss, and they'll respond to that in either form. When mundane, they have long kind of, what's it? It's like an aubergine. It's like kind of like a shade of purple. Braids that go down past their hips. They'll likely be forced to be in their mundane form at this time. Freckles that look like they're made of maybe like little stars, kind of. Yay high?
Okay.
And like keeps like kind of checking with people on the description, like, yeah, okay, about yay high. You'll know because also I don't imagine they have other hostages. So if you would meet up with them and you could get Triss and bring Triss back for us, we would be forever indebted, and we'll be sure to help you get home.
And you know where they are now?
You just said heading west, right?
Heading west of the city. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're taking Triss, but
Okay.
And is it just us?
yeah.
Sure.
Actually, maybe we should send someone with you. Fry. Why don't you go with them? See if you can get Triss back. Fry like nods silently, takes the order. Okay. It shouldn't take you that long to get there, and we've got methods of transportation.
Great.
Can head out that way.
All right.
Take on this mission.
Yeah.
Return them back to you.
Just right.
Back
Do we
here.
just come back here?
You come
I
back
guess
here.
Fry knows where to go.
Yeah. And then we'll be able to help you with whatever you need. If you want to stay and you want to be a part of what we're rebuilding, or if you'd like to go back home.
Okay.
We won't let you down.
They usher you back out the door. The front doors of the lavish mansion open once again and lead you back through the city. There's someone else now standing atop of the essentially soapbox, yelling out about the mission. The same concept. It feels like they're hitting the exact same talking points through it, but this time they have a physical megaphone, that's the words, as they are yelling out to the crowd, and people cheer, and they lead you back through the city to the exit of the stronghold. You pass by everything that you saw on the way in. Is there anything you guys want to do on the way?
I can't think of anything we
Me
can
neither.
do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
'Cause we're still undercover, essentially.
Flip through my book and see if there's anything about Triss.
Oh, good
la,
idea.
La 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 la. Using my rewind return ability to have a flashback that costs one less stress than normal. How this went wrong the first time.
But you still take stress to do a flashback.
Oh, and
you
I
know
didn't
that, right?
lose any stress, so I would immediately be eclipsed again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the only one currently not eclipsed. I should not do that.
So, in theory, currently
Never
affecting
mind.
all of your judgments,
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
for yours.
Never mind.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, because of that, it's
I've
still
been-
eclipsed, single focus.
Okay.
Yeah, I've made my risky decision for a little bit.
Yeah.
Learned my lesson just a little bit, being kind of cautious. So I'm just looking around.
You have essentially, though, been given a tour of what this compound looks like from the magical people here. You've seen where they keep things, even like weaponry. You did see a crate of something that seemed maybe homemade explosive being loaded in somewhere. All of you kind of got an idea of the layout of the space and
Their entrance.
Yeah.
the other entrances.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Fry.
Yeah,
What do you do?
magic wise,
Huh?
I make things hot. I generate a lot of heat.
Oh,
Yeah,
melt stuff?
yeah.
Or explode stuff?
I suppose if something would explode from heat, like a baked potato in the microwave,
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, or an egg.
or like an egg in the microwave.
Yeah.
I'm like a microwave.
And the world is your egg.
I don't want to blow up the world.
I mean, everyone seems pretty scared of the outside.
No, we want to protect the world.
Do you know what Triss does?
No, I never met Triss.
Oh.
When did Triss go missing or get taken?
Triss got taken a few weeks ago, but I got here recently.
Oh.
Oh, how recently? Did
Mm.
you fall from the sky too?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that they pulled me from the sky when Triss got taken.
Oh, wow.
I think Triss was Fry before Fry.
Oh.
I rolled Fry is not very smart.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
Is that what they meant when they said like magical people were disappearing? They were like losing magical people?
So they're getting like kidnapped?
Sometimes. Sometimes it's hostages. Sometimes.
People are dying?
Oh, yeah.
Could we die?
I would assume there was a condition in which that could happen.
Well, it's not going to happen on my watch. Let's go and see if we can find them.
No, we protect each other.
Yeah.
We do.
And hey, once you're one of us, everyone there will protect you.
That's wonderful. I just actually am still a little confused. What are we being protected from?
Oh, well, from all of the horrors of the world. There's things that fall out of the sky that aren't people like us.
Mm-hmm.
There's monsters, and there are the more mundane horrors of everyday life, you know? We make sure that you always have food and water, and we'll make sure that you have a nice place to sleep.
Is that all? Because, like, in our world, like, we have slushies and pizzas and skateboards and places to hang out, and the sky is bright, and people love you, and they cook you dinner, and you're able to express love to other people and just do things that you enjoy, and it's not just food and water to drink and a bed to sleep on.
That was a lot of things. You could probably have some of it.
Do you have any of that stuff?
Well, I haven't really settled in here yet. But I have more than I ever did.
What was your world like?
Where I come from looks a lot like, and like gestures to like the city you came from, like the city, the ruins, essentially. Where I come from is a lot like here, but nobody was trying to make it better.
Well, it's nice that there are people trying to make this place better.
Yeah.
I would want that for our world if something like that happened.
Yeah.
How
Do
far?
you think they're doing a really good job of it, making it better?
Well, the plan hasn't really gone into action yet.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, once we have enough magical people, we get to build a whole new city.
You just need more magical people?
Yeah, we can't do this on our own. We can't run the city by ourselves. We need more magical people and some time, and then it'll be perfect.
I've never been an architect before, but that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I think you just tell me where to put stuff. I could probably build something.
You're all walking and talking. You're making your way through the paths of the city. You are heading out west, and the journey will take some time to get out there. For the most part, Fry is pretty willing, guarded in anything that seems like a negative questioning, but in positive questioning, very responsive to you all. And as soon as you get outside of the lines of the like business district that you're exiting from, things are a little more spread out. It looks like it was once a little more suburban. There's a little more space in between them, and the suburbs kind of turn into more and more distance between houses and structures as you head out of the main parts of the city. It looks like there were like cattle ranches and various farms here, acres of land that sprawl out, but most of the greenery has long since died. Nobody is upkeeping the wildlife here, and things are overgrown with weeds. And you have a bit of a journey ahead of you. what would you like to do on your way? Are you still like just heading direction? Are you just following Fry? You're now outside of the bounds of the city.
Can we try and see if there is a sign of like a group of people or a struggle? Like,
You're not to where the camp is yet. You are en route, and I'm asking if anything on the way that you would like to happen before you get to the like settling.
Okay, I would still like to know.
because like
If you even are following Fry.
because that's the thing is like if there's a group of people like moving west, I'm looking to see if that group of people moving west, like if there was someone who was moving west against their will.
Like signs of a struggle.
Yeah,
You're too far behind to hear anything like sounds of a struggle, but you could look around for
like
evidence.
signs of
You probably see a couple of areas that somebody might like camp out along the way. You can analyze that if you'd like,
like
or you can perceive it.
like signs of like violence or destruction. 5.
5.
Dang. So is Fry like always around us, or would it be possible for me to go to each person and kind of deliver a quick message to them?
You're traveling for some time. I would say that there is times where you can be like, I gotta go to the
I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd absolutely love to like try to almost distract Fry for a little bit.
You got it.
Great.
Okay, so would you like to roll a defy for distracting or a conceal?
I would like to. So Discord right now is trying to figure out if, with the conversation echoing in her head, if Fry is somebody who could change and might be able to see, the
truth.
the truth, if they can see behind the front row. So, I would like to either roll. Do you feel like empathize or defy would work better for that? If I'm trying to like,
Because I haven't been able to tell anybody yet.
You can
Right,
empathize.
but-
Yeah, that's why I'm
They're
trying to
trying
get
to
around.
empathize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like get insight and see into them and see from their perspective and kind
Absolutely.
Of
Then
see.
in that case, empathize.
Okay, we're gonna try it. It is desperate.
Oh God.
It's a 5.
Okay, so there are no consequences of the failure in this, but unfortunately, because you're desperate, which means only 6s succeed, you're not able to get deep enough with them to get past the surface. It feels like there is almost like Fry is this deep, you know?
Yeah.
Like really, it's
Shallow.
all worn right up here, and there's not much else that they're able to give you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to dig so much that I can't see beyond my own grasping of trying to understand Fry. So like Fry is giving me something, but I can't translate what it means.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the sprites that you carry with you, Dee and Doe, continue to bicker. They continue to kind of push back and forth, and they continue to whisper little bits that only you can hear. And one of them is encouraging you to harm Fry.
Okay.
One is saying, we have to. That's what's right. How are we going to get away? How are we going to get back to the rebellion? We can't go and hurt these other people. When we get there, Fry's going to hurt the other person.
Okay, stop. I can't keep listening to you two. I need you to just figure this out right now, okay? And then I'll just kind of whisper to them a little bit as I'm like trying not to be so obvious to Fry that I'm like, should I harm you? So I'm just kind of whispering to them. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. It's a bad idea right now. We can't just go and hurt somebody right now because we don't know. We don't have any proof. And yes, I see what you're doing. But also, maybe they are perceivable. Maybe they can't. Maybe they won't agree with us. Okay? So what we have to do is agree right now that we can't take action on it and we just have to let them find out for themselves. We're gonna wait and we're gonna see what happens, and if it comes to it, then we know what we have to do.
Do you have any kind of ability that will help you with mediating in this?
Ooh. I'm looking at forgive, but I don't know if that's applicable. I don't have any powers that would necessarily help me.
This might, you could bend it to affect
To
them.
myself, uplift my allies, aka my little
Those
spread.
are for allies?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So once per transcendence, I can uplift them. I'll sing them a little song, and it's gonna spend a link for them to hear me, and we'll try to use that as like an effect to, I don't know. We'll kind of see what it does. I don't know. maybe I can help myself.
All right, and then try to empathize with them. This is going to be trying to get you potentially out of your eclipse because they're getting louder.
Yeah.
They're getting so loud in your ears, and it is exhausting. And it seems like their opinions that they are taking, the sides of it, are getting further and further apart. They're getting more drastic in both directions, and you can feel yourself being pulled in both directions because these are the people that advise you. These are, two creatures that have been with you your whole life, and they're two sides of yourself in that. They know you, and any capacity that they have to be extreme is reflecting your capacity for extreme.
I will just hold them in my hands and say, let's work together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone together. Work together.
Now kiss.
And then
Putting it on the get along shirt.
there's like a little jingling as I jingle them. And
Shake them violently.
Yeah.
yeah. we're
Yeah.
So we're empathizing, and then I'm going to use that to like spend a link to give myself a bonus die.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yes, absolutely. And you have a link with these two.
Yeah. 6.
It did
A 4 and
it.
a 6.
It did it. It did it. It did it. It did it. It did it.
So with that in mind, it comes to a breaking point where it feels like the two of them are screaming. Other people can't really hear it just because it's directly into your ears and the way that they communicate with you, and it feels like they are in a screaming match back and forth. And it feels like they've kind of left you out of it. They've completely ignored you and are fighting right over you. It's like they're fighting in through each of your ears to the other. And it does reach a breaking point where you kind of snap at them and they both go quiet.
I like that. There we go. Much better. Now we're still going to be friends and everything. We know we're all good, right? And they both do like a little ding-a-ling-a-ling.
You can feel a lot of that anxious energy leave your body as you do come out of eclipse.
I love you guys.
And they'll buzz back into your hair. So we have two people out of eclipse now. As you are making your way, you both rolled. Your intentions were what for Fry?
It was less about Fry. I was looking for signs of a
You were looking
struggle
for signs
on
of a
the
struggle.
way there.
Right. Okay. And you rolled a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you do see areas where camps were set up to sleep along the way, where they had, put together fires. There was a little bit of shuffle from where they had built kind of like temporary structures. Maybe one or two of the like farmhouses along the way look like they're open in particular, like it would be a reasonable place for it.
So I also then could look for like signs of like if someone was like restrained or imprisoned then in a camp too.
What you do get the idea is that people were there recently. You don't see anything that would require any kind of like, you don't see a prison setup, you don't see a lot of struggle. You mostly see people just having survived here. But you do not see like dragged footsteps of somebody, like a body being dragged behind them. You don't see a leftover area that seemed like it was like a cage or enclosure or prison. You just see that people have been here.
While Fry is distracted, I'm wondering if there is a way for me to, like in a blank part of my book, see if there's a way for me to like write like a fake something so I could like write a little bit of something that isn't like me activating my power, just like using the notebook like a notebook and writing "Don't trust your eyes" as a like fake power in case I have to lie later.
You mean like to show someone?
Like if I was gonna show Fry, I'm gonna use my magic time travel power. And here's a message from future or from time.
Okay.
This is a message from past me.
Trust your
Woo.
eyes.
And I'm just trying to like do something like fortune cookie to like
Yeah.
make
You can absolutely write a mundane.
I want to like do
Letter to
something
yourself.
mundane that I might be able to use later. I'm just like kind of like while like they're distracted, like to pre-prep it in case I'm trying, like in case that's something maybe I can use to manipulate
Absolutely.
a situation later.
100%. You were looking to have some one-on-ones with people.
Yeah, I think I want to say just one sentence to each person before, because my true intent is to kind of scout ahead and look for the next place that we come to, like if it's like a shed or something, like a gigantic barn that people have lived in and we're tracking.
Yeah.
I think before we get to the next one, I'm scouting it out ahead of time, but I will just, to each person, just say, be ready to go. But I would like to scout ahead and
Be ready to roll.
Be ready to roll. Be ready to roll. I think I do say be ready to go, and then Polly corrects me, and I go back and make in the time we're traveling. I'm like, it's be ready to roll, and fix that. But if I see a barn, I'm gonna do this. This is dangerous. I'm gonna look, say, oh my god, I saw a person.
Fry like jumps on alert
They're there. And I'm just gonna run
towards the barn.
towards the barn.
Fry's like, shit, and like picks up with you.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
It feels like Roland. I'm gonna go after.
Ready to roll. Rolling.
Fry does chase you into the barn.
Great.
You get in. It is a abandoned barn. It is a large open building. There is like a second tier up above that you climb up to on a ladder. Bales of hay, but no current animals or sign of people in here.
If I get there, like even a second before, like how much time do I have?
I would say you have a few seconds lead. After you're like, I see someone. Fry was not ready for you to take off. And you can also roll to see how fast you were if you want.
I would love to roll to see how fast I am because that's going to decide.
Yeah, you quick?
So yeah, let's see.
Gotta be fast.
What
Either
is
way, you'll have
this?
some
You gotta
lead.
be fast to deliver pizzas.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, you'll have some lead. This will
Yeah.
determine how much of a lead that you have. I would say that this would probably be your flow.
Okay, great. I have nothing there.
Oh.
So. Whoa.
You'll have some lead no matter what. This
Oh,
is a
God.
how much lead.
It's 2 ones.
Whoa!
So I take that back.
Can I have 3 seconds?
I will say there isn't really a critical fail in this. 1 to 3 is all kind of the same in this game technically. So you have like 3 seconds when you
Cool.
get in.
If I know anything from Magical Girl logic, my detransformation takes no time in the real world.
No time in the real
I
world.
detransform, my roller skates turn into my skateboard, and I'm going to bring it up. When Fry walks in, I'm going to slam it down.
I love that.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Okay.
I didn't see it coming.
Well, let's see if Fry did.
No.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And you're using, this is mundane for you. Interesting. Bonk.
Yeah.
Truly.
Now, all of you were warned to be ready to go.
Yep.
As a reminder. So, with that, because you were able to give that warning, there's no chance that one of them essentially enters in first.
Yeah.
But also, there's no way that Fry can be prepared for this.
Yeah.
So, you do. You do successfully smack Fry over the head with a skateboard. Let's see how much damage it does. Now, there isn't really exactly a role for traditionally damaging someone in this. So, do you want it to be sneaky? Or do you just want it to be hard?
I want it to be as effective as possible, so probably hard.
Hard.
Okay, just roll a flat d6 for me.
Okay. 5.
Yeah.
You whack Fry over the head. Each of you
hear
following
that.
Yeah.
Each of you that were following behind see, I mean, it's literally as Fry like enters into the door, you don't see anything but the skateboard come out and clip them as they're like
that way
entering
too,
the
so it's like-
entrance.
In the face.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
They get like clotheslined
Yeah.
by the skateboard and knocked onto their back.
As that happens, I feel like the three of us are all like, ooh.
And Fry is unconscious on the ground for the time being.
But we stop
Oh no,
running.
the people! I try to say as I like duck over. The humans did that. The mundane people, and make sure that they're unconscious. The last thing they hear before they go out. is
Yeah,
just,
Fry is out.
So following your lead, then Polly will come up, and they had like this dangling earring as part of their suit with these small balls on them. He'll grab one, or they'll grab one as part of like a force field, and it'll expand into like a bubble, and they'll put it over the Fry.
incredible. So you want to encase them so they're not able to get up and
Exactly. And if we need to, we could wheel them around.
Yeah.
You've successfully encased them in a bubble. There is obviously no resistance from an unconscious Fry, and that's within your set of abilities. So Fry is bubbled and unconscious. You stand in a barn. Now, I will say Fry was your guide to get to the next place, but you do have things at your disposal. One, you've been following kind of a track. You know that this group of people is west. You also know where the place you came from is. You have collected enough intel, and that was your mission at this time. And you do have your pagers. So these are all of the options that you have here. You can head back to the rebellion. You can head to the other squadron of people heading out west that potentially have a prisoner of some kind or some kind of hostage. What would you like to do?
I wonder if Lux's mom is with that group.
I feel like we need to warn them anyway, because if Fry knows where these people out west are, then everybody does, and they're in big trouble.
And if they're part of the rebellion, they should have gotten a notification not to attack us. So we're in a unique position to help.
Do we like signal ahead? Also, what do we do with Fry? Are we like hamster balling them with us, or so that they actually then do have a hostage? I just don't think that those people are going to care about a hostage for real, you know?
We just leave them here.
Especially not Fry. But what if Fry follows
If I get too far, the bubble will burst, but it doesn't
I think we have to
matter.
bring Fry with us and make sure that they stay unconscious, because at this point, we could be halfway between the rebellion, we could be halfway from the city.
And they might warn them.
Yeah, it's half as much work for them to go back and rat on us.
I like take like the like some of like the like look around for fabric maybe, because I was like, oh wait, I can't rip my magical girl outfit. That's not how magical girl
It
outfits
really
work.
doesn't work.
To like make a like blindfold and gag and like tie Fry.
I'll let you in to like do that and then close it up again.
Some like roller skate laces to like tie their like arms and legs like hobble.
If this were a creature, we'd throw it into the pit, and then it would end up here.
But we're already all here.
We're already here.
I just like don't want them, and I don't know how their powers work, so also be careful of stuff exploding maybe, because the first thing that I think of when they were talking about like heating stuff up and things that could explode if they get really hot, like the first thing I thought of was people.
Oh.
I wish there was a way we could take the sky and put it on them, because the sky is, I mean, the pit got rid of, well, I guess it didn't really get rid of my powers, but it made me waver for a second.
The pit did?
There's something with the relationship between the sky and our pit. But for now, we should keep moving.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't take away powers. The
No.
sky
It
doesn't do that. Doesn't
freaks me
definitely
out.
doesn't
Freaks
do
me
that.
out. Maybe it would freak them out, and then they would think that they're whatever. Their powers are fine.
Earlier when we were, at the rebellion, I was talking to some people about their stories, and I'm wondering, do I know anything from those stories that would direct me to like maybe what this party from the rebellion is doing out here, where they're headed at all, maybe? With the prep that I did.
Absolutely. Your preparation and your investigation could definitely come into this. So upon investigating, you obviously have put together, this is the squadron that Lux's mother is traveling with, that she was heading out west, and they were looking for other farmlands and spaces that they could occupy to remove the people who are not fighters. They wanted to have a space to rebuild a society where they could send out people. There's still going to be an inevitable war with the current government. They cannot allow these people to just take their city, but there are people who cannot fight. And when they do finish this battle, should they prevail, they're going to need sustainable living. So they're heading out to look for that sustainable living, look for a safe place to drop people off outside of the like war-torn territory. You also know that from conversations with people, everybody knows that there is a source of magic from the sky. In the same way that you back home know that your source of magic has come from the pit, the way that people worship it there. There is not a sense of worship for the sky here, but they do know that it is like the place magic comes from. It moves and swirls in the same way. The sky looks magical when you look up to it. It is dimmer than it is supposed to be because it feels like there is a thick layer of magic almost blocking out the sun. The sun peeks through in little bits and there is a haze of diffused light over everything. But that light is dim, for sure. So there are definitely people that are speculating that there could be something done to cut people off from magic in the sky. And they're hoping to see if they could find a place, and they don't know because they've never traveled this far, if there is a place in which the clouds, the murky, liquidous sky breaks. They wonder if somewhere there is truly sun. And they hope that there they might have a better chance of setting up and prevailing.
Okay. So we know all of this information that we talked about earlier. Do we think that informs us at all of what this magical person could be doing with that party? Like, do we think they actually took them hostage? Do you think they joined them on purpose, which would be really cool?
There hasn't been any signs of like anybody doing what we just did to Fry. So like, and I was looking because I was curious too, and whatever's happening, I don't think that they have a hostage. But maybe there might be another magical person who is a good guy, which could be cool.
Well, with what you just said too about those stories you gathered, if we look to the sky, maybe we can find the same clues that this group did, if they're looking for a break for the sun.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great place to start. Okay.
So we find the group and warn them and take Fry with us and maybe look for a break in the sky.
And then we'll have answers on this magical person too.
Yeah.
Should we page Lux?
Oh yeah, we definitely should tell
think
somebody
we
what
should.
we're doing.
Where are
There's
they
like
gonna
houses nearby, right?
Call us at, though.
I'm wondering.
In anyone's investigation, did we get any kind of signal from them as far as like what kind of thing to like what number to page that like maybe was a signal? Because I would imagine like they don't get to
exchanged pager numbers with Lux.
Yes.
just Lux. So all we have to do is just
Page.
page
And
Lux.
that's the signal.
And the
that
barn
things
has to
are
like
okay.
belong to a house, so I assume that we could just like wander in wherever.
Right, but like is there phones? Like active phone lines? We don't know.
I don't know.
Any of you could have chosen to T9 text and have a cell phone,
could've.
but all of you chose to have pagers.
It was thematic. we didn't know.
But you do. You just have your pagers, which means you can't really tell anyone to call anywhere. All you can do is send a signal, something that would say, hey, you are trying to reach out at least. They would know it's coming from you, and whatever number you're actually technically paging to them would be irrelevant. Lux also has only ever really used a pager like that. It is more of like a relic to them of
just a
something
way
that
to
they
be
have
like,
found
"We're
to like
okay."
buzz
Yeah.
somebody, that there is someone on the other side. You even saw probably when traveling with Lux that Lux's mom would occasionally page. Again, you can't call or anything like that, but it is a ping of
So
I
we'll
am.
follow that same sort
Okay.
of.
Yeah, we're here. We're still
system.
out here.
Yeah. So each of you are going to page Lux.
We'll just
or
do
each of
the one.
Okay.
Yeah, just to show that we're still okay.
Okay. You send out the page, and you don't hear back for some time. But a little bit later, you do receive a page back to a mystery number, but you've received a page back.
Basically, just like a Marco Polo. Like,
Yeah.
It is. It functions
And I'll
like that.
keep wheeling the ball
Yeah,
out.
we're just gonna wheel and try and get to the. I wonder, whoever's maybe faster than us wheeling a unconscious person can be like an advanced like scout to like let them know what we're doing and that we're not like.
How are T and Doe doing?
Yeah.
They're doing great. They're actually calmed down quite a lot. So,
goodness. Oh, good.
yeah, music to my
Absolutely
ears.
humming. Harmony exists once again.
Wow.
Yeah, your voice was like two different tones there for a second. It was really freaky, and we were
Unsettling.
not going to talk about it.
Oh,
but
I don't know. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe. Well, okay, well, they know us by description, so the magicalness of T and Doe won't totally freak them out.
Yeah. You should. Maybe they could scout for us.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least send them out and let them know that we're on our way,
Okay.
depending on how far away they are.
You guys know what to do. Good. Go.
So you're able to make your way. You are following things like the camps, and you just continue heading west.
Looking at the sky every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sky does continue to look covered by magical, liquidous clouds, but you are able to follow, just continuing in the direction. The whole way there, Fry kept pointing what direction west was, so as long as you stay that way, you will continue. We will cut to entering into an area that is a little more foresty, a little more wooded. There's more cover, there's more trees, and it starts to look like a few branches on each tree, a few leaves are still alive. It is the first time you have seen actual green other than a yellowed green of weeds since you arrived here. It looks like this area is maybe untouched by whatever affected the other space. What is it?
Oh, are there any like flowers?
Yeah, there are some flowers starting to sprout.
Oh, I pick one and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, look, we haven't seen anything like this in a really long time. It's so
Oh, wow.
pretty.
I would love this to break Polly's eclipse.
This is exactly
Absolutely.
When someone shows you something pure and beautiful, you set aside your crusade.
Oh
my god!
Ashley finds a flower in a patch of, pull a flower out.
Yeah, go for it.
Ashley not only finds a flower, but there is almost everything around it is dead. It is dirt. It is dryness. And sprouting just out of a little patch of dead grass is one singular flower. The one flower
you pick
looking
it.
ahead, but ahead of the one flower is 3 flowers a little further down and more. And as you can see, just ahead of you, life returning to the earth. That first flower is just the entryway to a place where nature breathes again.
It's beautiful.
That is the piece of hope that shows you are going in the right direction. And you are out of eclipse.
Wow, you look like shoulders do go down.
Just a little less stressed.
And upon entering into this wooded area, you see more noticeable footsteps. You see things where like patches of grass have been kind of pressed down by boots, and they're everywhere. And it seems like there's tons of people here. You've been paying attention, you've been analyzing, you had a successful analyze roll for the walk. You're getting very close enough to start to hear conversation. You can hear people talking to each other. There's like a bit of thick woods, and it sounds like it's coming from right inside.
Okay.
And we've sent T and Doe already to our advance.
You want to send them ahead to scout?
Yeah.
Okay.
let 'em know
Fluttering
we're here.
into the forest, they disappear for a moment. They wait. You all hold, and they flutter right back in. And what did you ask them to look for?
Oh, I just told them to go ahead and look and see if they could see any people. And then they're also going to just look for that break in the weather that we were looking for as well.
Okay. Definitely comes back. Oh, yeah, this whole group of people, they're all right there. They've set up a camp up there. And as for a break in it, it does. They kind of tug your hair a little bit to get you to look up. And through the trees, there is kind of a break of light. The trees in itself are creating cover, where you can't really see the sky from here, but the spaces in between the trees are letting in a brighter light than any of the rest of the sky has where you've come from.
Oh my gosh. Do you all see the light?
Oh, yeah.
It's so much pinker.
Oh, you're looking through the balls.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's actually less pink.
Oh, but it's clearer.
And there's a campsite above, just ahead, through the forest. You can't be sure that it's the people you're looking for, but this is the direction, and they've seen people setting up a place to sleep. It is still daylight.
This is it.
Okay, I'm assuming that they know that we're not dangerous, but also this is about to be kind of a big surprise. Do we want to send somebody to ease our way in, or do you want to tell them that we're cool and also be aware that we've got a hamster ball of a
Yeah. I'm still detransformed, I think, and I think to represent still being an eclipse, I think there's just my eye color just gone, just bright white moons in my eyes, I think.
Ooh.
So every time it's just unsettling, but I'll say, yeah, I can go ahead and let them know. I think that they did a weird handshake thing, or maybe the knock.
It was a wrist thing.
The wrist knock.
Yeah, but they know, just show them who we really are. You know,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
You know that better than anybody, right?
Yeah.
You got this, Prez.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've always got it.
Should I stay how I am or transform or?
Well, I think they'll trust you more if you're not appearing to be magical.
Are you still in Eclipse?
Yeah, I think that the transformation that I went through, because me transforming wasn't my full sequence.
Yeah.
So part of me feels like that was like, it was almost like a glitch, and I like grabbed, the way I would grab my scepter, I grabbed my skateboard from the person that was possibly me, and swung it, but I'm,
So
we'll
then
say
you
I'm
are
still-
in like almost mundane looking right now.
Yeah.
But like you have access to your power and ability. You are in this strange state of like magic is who I am.
Yeah.
And there is no other you.
Yeah.
There is no longer a separation essentially between your mundane self and your magical self.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
think that you look fine. Like you're you.
Okay. I'll go and I'll tell them that we're here and that we're not gonna hurt them, and I'll look for Triss. And
Like we're right behind you. I just feel like maybe it's less of a shock if like someone goes in first and is like, "Hey, like we're here and we have we're not alone." You know?
Yeah, you can just like say, hey, I have friends to introduce. These are the Rainbow Robbers. And if you yell it really loud, then we can know we can show ourselves.
okay, I'll do that then. And I will. Since I'm not gonna do the knock, I'm just gonna step out of the forest or step further into the forest.
Yeah.
Where their
I'm sure they
camp
got like a
is.
watch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You peek around a few trees into a clearing. Your friend's just behind you, but leading a few steps ahead of them, and you do see a campsite of people. They seem to be setting up, and they don't take like a protective stance or anything when you come in. They just turn to you, and the first person that you see is an older woman who looks familiar to you in that she looks like Lux. It is a spitting image. They have like the exact same nose. They have the same lips. There's everything about their features. The like kindness in the way that Lux tries to smile. That little smirk that kind of escapes through of hope that you haven't seen in most of the people here is unmistakable on this woman as she turns and gestures for you to come in.
Are you Gray?
I am.
Lux told us everything about you. There's not everything. I want to hear everything about you, but I've got friends behind me. They're the Rainbow Rollers.
That's
Oh, let's roll!
Let's
Hey!
Rolls the body.
As you enter into this area, you feel your ability to hold on to that pink bubble get weak.
Uh-oh. I can't hold it.
Oh, back up.
We have one of the magical people that they were trying to send us here to hurt you, and we captured them. But we have them held, which is why they're back there. We're here to warn you and possibly communicate to the...
Incredible.
Yeah.
Who's the bad guy?
You
Moving
might
with that guy.
notice something here. This isn't a place of magic.
That's why my shields were failing.
So we can bring them in here and they wouldn't have access to their magic?
It's at least dampened. You're able to hold on to it, but it's like harder to, and it is like faltering, like you're gonna lose it. It takes a lot of concentration. Magic is weak here. This seems like a place that either we bring the battle here and outside of the city, or we hide here. I'm not personally somebody that wants to hide, but I'm somebody that wants to put my people first. So whatever that takes. I'm so glad that you found and saw Lux. How did you all get here?
We fell out of the sky. I figure we can just. You can let the. If you could probably let the bubble. You could let the
Yeah.
hamster ball go.
Yeah? Okay.
Because I think Fry is still unconscious and bound, and their magic is dampened now. So
That is
probably
all
fine.
true.
Yeah.
Fry just kind of onto the ground. And you've brought a gift. Okay. Thank you. Okay, fell out of the sky. Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Look, I had comic books when I was a little girl about people like you, and this is really cool. I'm glad you're willing to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like we should like go somewhere else to talk or anything, but like we just came from the city, and there's stuff that you should probably know.
Right. Yeah. Let me grab my associate. We've been kind of leading this effort, and we'll find a place to talk in a little bit of a separate space in the woods.
Also, if you're gathering people, we were looking for someone named Triss.
Oh,
That's that was the
Just who I was going to grab.
I thought so.
And she goes over and taps a person with like a auburn, shades of like auburn and purple hair braided down to her sides. And she turns around, an absolute sparkle in her eyes, stands up with Gray. And the way that they like communicate is very familiar. She kind of turns around and puts like a hand on Gray's back. She goes, "Excellent." And Triss looks at all of you with like immediate recognition, but you don't recognize her.
Hi,
Hello.
we're the Rainbow Rollers.
Idle Guard.
Idol Melody.
Idol Vision.
Idol Alias.
And Triss starts crying.
Oh,
sorry.
She's not sobbing, like it doesn't, you almost don't see it reflected in her body. It's almost exclusively in her eyes as tears just pour down her face. And Gray kind of holds her a little bit and tries to gesture off to the space that she was going to go set aside for you all to talk.
I'm gonna pick up a foot and
Yeah, I
just start
guess.
dragging.
Oh, you can leave.
Are you sure?
They'll keep an eye.
Okay.
Absolutely. And the rest of the people at the camp kind of like, yeah, okay. And like they'll drag Fry further into the camp to keep an eye. As kind of moves into another clearing that's only got a little bit of distance. He's like, I'm not particularly worried about anybody hearing us. I just, I want you to have your privacy if you can. Triss is out of it. Very, like eyes are just so glassy, staring at each of you. And Gray kind of consoles her while having the conversation with you all. Well, I had heard that you might be coming, so I think we're really close to cracking this. I think we can do it. And I really, truly believed that what people needed was some kind of hope.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get everyone to converge, if we can get everyone to move in together, I think we've just about got the forces to do it. People have been training and practicing. I don't want to eliminate magic here, but I want to believe that there are more people like Triss.
Triss, do you need a hug?
Yeah, I just can't stand to see you crying and not be able to help in some way.
Triss gets her stuff together, and you can tell that as she stands up, she is a little bit like bruised. She has some bandages wrapped around her arms and stuff. She's well tended to, but you can tell that she's been injured, and she stands up a little bit weakly, still with so much light in her eyes, but her body is weak. And she goes, sorry, this is just, it is very good to see you.
It's good to see you.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
A moment, please. And she steps out. Would you follow me?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And she's like walking backwards into like the more desert outside of it, the area that is more covered by the clouds, and winces a little bit in like each step. It is painful for her to do this, but she musters everything she can, and in the same way that your transformation sequences only last for a second, for you it is only a second before Idol Prime stands in front of you. Now, the hair color is comparable, but it is almost magic. Like her hair looks like it is made of stardust when it transforms. It doesn't matter of like the mundane color of it, because it kind of moves and flows. It sparkles throughout it. The braids get tied up into buns on both sides of her head, and the outfit is revealed as they look out to you.
Idle Prime?
You!
And immediately like pulls all of you into
Yeah.
a
Hug
hug
me.
at once. Of course, Idle Prime is the person who founded the Rainbow Rollers, the person who brought you all together, and then seemingly abandoned you all.
This is where you've been?
Did you get pulled in like we did?
Did you fall into the pit?
What happened to you?
I was passing by. I went to say a prayer at the pit. The start of the new school year. I wanted to put in a blessing for all of the new students, and something grabbed me. It was incredibly sudden, and I couldn't right myself. I was pulled directly in, and I thought that would be it. But I ended up here. I assume the same way you did, and I am so sorry that you're here. But I'm so happy to see you.
It's good to see you too.
It's good to know that you didn't abandon us. You just disappeared. We're so glad that you're here.
Yeah, you got a little kidnapped, I guess.
And she takes both of your hands, and she goes, I will always come back for you.
We
I
really
promise.
missed you.
I missed you too. I missed you all so much. I'm sorry.
But this is perfect. This means you have all the answers. You know exactly what we need to do to fix all of this.
We can save the world now.
I don't. Gray has far more answers than I do, but I think together we can. I think it can be done. I think that if we were to take the power away from those, and there's twofold to taking away power. There is the power of influence and there is the power of magic, and both have to be stripped from these people.
Yes, you do have to do both. Both is very important.
Kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder, like, it's all right. We know much about magic and access to it, and Gray has been a brilliant operative in understanding how to undermine failed policy and influence. I think we're ready.
For rebellion?
She's really discovered a new side.
Rebellious
I've had my eyes opened.
You have. That's going to be probably get you in a lot of trouble at school, but
Oh well.
that's all right.
Do you think we'll make it back there?
Absolutely. I believe actually people are already coming together. I've been in contact with some people on the ground. Gray steps back in and goes, Lux said that he received a page and thought it was you all, so
It was.
they've gathered their troops and they are ready to head in if we can meet them back there. We'll leave the people that are too weak to fight here, the people that need
So they can be
safety and
safe.
medical care. And she looks to Idle Prime when she says that. And in her magical form, it definitely, the bandages disappear, the bruising disappears, but she breathes heavily. Like it's a little bit of a struggle to keep up this form. Like it's tough to hold on to. And Idle Prime looks at her. No, I can fight. I swear I can fight. I can't let them fight without me. And Gray looks concerned, but hears her at her word. And I know we've got a bit of a journey back and you just got here, but I think it's time to reconvene with everyone.
If this is the time and that's where the fight needs to be, we're with you, but if you need to stay here.
No. I need to help some people, and you all need to get back to class.
How are you feeling, Prez?
Oh, I was gonna actually ask you, because now that you're here, like, you're the Prez now, but do we think it would be better for us to fight? Do you want us to fight here, or do you want us to... I mean, their magical powers would be turned off, and maybe we could send Fry back with their tail between their legs, and then they could bring all of the magical people here, and
lure them here. But if this is where the people who are injured need to be safe, then we can take the fight to them too.
Yeah.
There's enough of us.
Yeah, what do you think we should do?
Gray, we can, this is sprawling. We can hide the people that need to be safe. It's okay. And they don't have to be under, apart from the clouds. All that matters is they're away from a war zone, as long as we prepare. And Edel Prime looks to you, goes, no. I'm a little old to be club president at this point.
I mean, that like makes you more qualified to be a president, I think.
You've gotten everyone this far. I would be honored if you continued. I'm so proud of you.
And, oh God, I think blinking, hearing I'm so proud of you, I think I have escaped Eclipse.
Yep.
So when someone shows you the truth of their heart and I reveal my identity to them, so I think that I'm in this like in-between state of like...
And you are. You have been literally like almost flickering in between them.
Yeah.
It is a mishmash at this point of the two yous.
And I think that at the point of the time that they say, I'm so proud of you, I don't think I'm in magical girl form. And I can feel that. And I like feel the realness of like my de-transformed state being told, like, I'm so proud of you. And I flicker out of it. And I think I just like take a deep breath. And I'm just like, oh God. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
In any form, you're a leader, Zariah.
I forgot I told you my name. Wow. That's really good to hear.
All right, should we go slap Fry and wake him up?
After one more big group hug.
Yeah.
And this time Gray gets in on it too.
Yes.
Gray is just like a delight and is so into this and is having such a great time and
Is
gives you
Tris
all like
Lux's
a
mom?
mom hug.
No.
Oh, well.
Wait.
Other mom.
Yeah.
You know, there is a lot of love and affection in this room between two very cool ladies.
Yes, okay.
And like fully Greg gives you like the best like hug, like a very parental hug.
Yes.
And leads you all back to the camp. You all discuss kind of the plan, and it sounds like the plan is to bring the fight here.
Yeah. I think like do the thing where it's like, I was gonna say spank the horse on the butt and send it running into the pastures, but like something like that where we're like, tell Tris, maybe we act like hostages and we tell Tris like they've got so many forces, they've got so many people, sorry, not Tris, Fry to go tell Crag.
Yeah.
They've got innumerable forces, only magical people can stop them.
We were defeated.
I gave you a lot of weird one-syllable names.
No,
Right,
I love
right.
it. Yeah, I think that's, and we just wait.
Yeah.
Okay, and how are you going to convince Fry to do
Hang
that?
on. Wait, I have an idea. And I mundane
your
again.
eyes.
Mundane again. Now that I really know what's happening, instead of having to maybe try and predict what the right thing to say in the book is, I'm gonna specifically say the final battle is won where the clouds break.
Oh, that's so cool.
I have an idea. So with what I wrote in my book, the battle is won where the clouds break. If we can like set up a situation, because they didn't see you get hit, you hit them with the skateboard. They just know that they got hit. So if we have a way to like make it look like we got beaten up and we like lost something and they're gone, they were here and they're gone, or they were somewhere and they're gone, not here obviously, but like so that we can get convince Fry to bring reinforcements and say that this is where it all ends, right? What do you think?
Sure. So we give them the page of your book, and then they'll take that back as proof?
I think I'm gonna pretend to do it in front of them. Like they don't know what my power looks like really, but I think I maybe with some help I could fake it.
Yeah.
And then why would they question time travel abilities. I have not lied once and have been actually really obviously awkward and very bad at lying to them. So,
Let's give it a shot.
what do you think? Yeah?
Yeah, it's a
good plan.
It's a good plan.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you all, because you've settled at this camp for a moment and there isn't an immediate urgency to this, I want to give you all, while you can get Fry going, also the ability to complete that last mission. So we're going to roll to see if you can get rid of some stress.
Great.
Because you did. You completed your intel mission. That was its own mission. This next one is going to be separate. So with that in mind, we are going to roll to see how much stress is cleared for you. I am going to roll it, and my dice have been very nice so far. So that is a 6.
Yes.
Now, on 1 through 3, we clear 3 stress and 1 transcendence and a critical success. On 4 and 5, we clear 6 stress and 2 transcendence. On 6, clear all stress and transcendence.
Amazing! Amazing!
This changes everything.
La, 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 la.
Oh, I was a stressed baby.
Everything's so
I
fresh.
feel like I haven't breathed until now.
Shoulders do go down.
Okay.
So that was based on the tier of your mission. That was a tier 1 mission heading into potentially a tier 2 mission of completing this. So you are all clear of your stress once again. So you want to wake up, Fry?
I want to but I want to do it in a way where they don't know, we don't have people around us. We're not close to the.
So you want to drive Fry into the...
Roll them back, or we'll build another bubble and roll it back.
So that
to another
it
location.
looks and then make a bunch of commotion, so it looks like we tried to put up a fight. Had been dragged to the west part where they had been camping, and now they left, and that's a whole thing, and that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, perfect. Breaking branches and just trying to make the area look messy.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that, and you get back into an area where you have access to your powers, at least strong and fully, which is just outside. It's a little bit of a woods clearing just outside of it, where the clouds cover once again.
I try and mess up my hair
Oh, we're
and put
defeated.
dirt on my face.
Dirt is such a good touch. I love it.
Triss, or Idle Prime, comes with you all and drops their Idle Prime form back into Triss, who does look beat up. I might be able to help.
You can sell that. Yeah. Do you need anything?
What happened?
Well, something I'm very glad didn't happen to you. You're all smarter than I was. I was a bit hard-headed when I arrived, and I disagreed with what they were doing. And I was naive. This place is not like ours, and when something is wrong, I simply smash it at home. And here I lost.
Yeah, Zariah, we kind of felt the same way when we were here. Zariah showed us that you have to look past the front row of people.
We were really lucky that we had you and Lux to help us.
Lux is a good kid. Triss will try to all right, do you want me to lay down
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, my knee.
or I can go back.
And convince them. We were rescuing you as part of their mission.
But were they lying though?
They absolutely wanted you back.
They wanted you back,
You'd
but
be walking into their hands.
I don't know if they
feel
wanted you
comfortable.
back for a good reason or a bad reason. Do they know that you're?
They want my powers.
But that's the perfect plan. We can convince Idle Prime, we can convince them to come here.
I'll go with. I can do it. They want my abilities. I alter the skies.
Then we can't just hand you to them.
It won't be. When I'm transformed, most of this is patched up. It's a little harder to maintain, but I've kept up an important facade with them. After they did what they did, I conceded. I told them I would do what they wanted and I would help them. I would help spread the light of the skies. Soon they thought the entire world would be covered in this.
So then, you would be the perfect person to deliver the message as long as Fry also sees me do it. So it sounds like this is a really good team effort. And if we all look a little bit beat up, I can try and shake Fry awake.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'll like reach over. You have to drop the hamster ball.
Oh yeah.
Fry. Oh, Fry. So I'm gonna let him still be let them be tied up for a second.
Yeah. Fry starts to kind of stir awake outside of the magical orb, and
I'll like rip the rip the blindfold off and like, are you okay?
yeah. What happened?
They were waiting in that barn. It was a trap, and I'm gonna start untying them.
Thank you.
What a headache.
Oh, did you get hit too?
Yep.
Convince me.
Okay.
Every one of you. I want
Yeah. Face down in the ground. Don't talk. Everyone keeps talking.
If you're pretending to be unconscious too, you can avoid the roll, or you can try and sell it.
I would love to try to sell it in the event that I could cancel out.
Are we doing this as a team?
Do you want to do a group action? You are cleared of all of your stress. You have the opportunity to group action again.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I can lead it because I have 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and everybody gets to roll for it. As a reminder, you just take the stress for it.
Great.
So all of your 6s count towards the success.
Good thing we did that. 1.
3.
Oh, I also got 1.
2.
Oh. We're bad actors.
We are so bad. We
Turn
are
my
so
face from the door and go.
Hey, Idle Prime. There is one more person in your group.
Yeah.
I will roll for Idle Prime.
Idle Prime,
to
save
see if
us.
Idle Prime can save this group action.
Mom.
Please come pick me up.
I'm scared.
Things are getting weird.
Now that is a 5
Okay.
for Idle Prime.
Okay.
Idle Prime rolled a 5 and a 2, and that is enough to sell it because Idle Prime is actually injured.
Yeah.
Oh, currently in Triss form, and the only form that Fry would really recognize.
How much stress do I take?
Okay, so you have taken 3 stress from the failures of the group, but Triss sells it because Triss is injured and wrapped up and bandaged and looks like been held captive. And Triss kind of almost collapses onto Fry and goes, "We have to go back and warn them. We have to get back to them quickly. It's not. I can't control it here." And Fry's like, "Oh shit. Okay, yeah, absolutely." Fry's like, "Okay, right. So,
Just leave us.
We'll get back. You don't have enough time. Just go.
Oh, my spleen.
Oh, I think they're still headed in some kind of direction. Wait, I see something.
Are you getting a vision?
The future. Time.
Space.
is that a? Oh no, you said that was your thing. Oh, you said you were a time traveler.
Time.
What does your magic notebook
What does it
say?
And I'm gonna
This is really bad.
try it. Yeah, I'm gonna
Sell it
try
for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and for a moment, I'm gonna just take a moment and make it look like it's taking a lot of effort as I put my hand just on the cover of it and then using it to cover my face so that I can make it look do my best to
Legitimize.
conceal my own features just in case anything is showing a lie or overacting. Just being and seeing if there's a way for my skates to glow or just parts of some sparkle to make it appear as though I am using magic.
100%.
Just,
You're a
some
magical
glamour
girl.
Yeah.
As it's
You can
as I just
always do glamour magic.
as I allow the teal streaks of color to just swirl around me and sparkle and glitter as I've got this book hiding my face, taking a deep breath, doing my best to just sell it
Flourishing is always a free action for magical girls.
I think I'll yell, "This is gonna be a big one," and I'm gonna working from the shadow.
Yeah.
My face is just turned from the dirt, yelling every single time I speak.
Oh my god.
How you wake up?
And then right back down.
What role are you secretly assisting?
I guess my conceal roll.
Yeah, roll another one for conceal. I don't care. Keep trying to sell it to me.
Go for it.
Oh God. I'm gonna push myself.
Yeah.
And you have your assist.
Do it.
This is so important.
You push yourself and you have your assist. For me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3. You got this.
Okay, 2 5s and a 4.
Okay.
I felt like
I was scared. I couldn't read
that
your
face
face.
was impossible to read. Terrifying. You do. The magic shocks Fry. Fry is still very disoriented and kind of like takes a step back when you start to glow with the flourish. And then goes, "What? What does it mean? What is it?"
And I let my book like fall open to the ground. Open to the page that just says, "The battle is won where the clouds break." And I look at it. That's the answer. It has to happen soon. These kinds of messages don't give me a lot of time to act on them.
But that could be right here.
Right now!
And you told us while Fry was still unconscious that, which is actually true, so I don't even have to pretend that I'm lying about that, that you can control where the clouds break. Like this is the perfect spot.
Okay.
We can win, Fry.
It's time. We can help.
Triss like really leans into the injuries and goes, "Right, I know, they're right. The only way to keep this spreading, we can't let these breaks in the clouds get bigger. It seems like it's going to overtake everything else if we don't do this soon. I think that the mundane people have maybe found a way to strip power. They're going to spread it." And Fry is like, "All right, yeah, okay, okay, let's go."
Triss, and we'll hold them off.
Yeah, they're not on their guard. They think that we're defeated. This is the perfect time to surprise them.
Go. Get help.
Run.
I'll go with you. And Fry goes, "Right, okay,"
Hurry.
and takes off. And Triss tries to like keep up, a little bit struggling to keep up with Fry in the run, especially in mundane form. And they take off because once again, Fry is full of conviction and no thoughts.
I feel like we see Fry's abilities manifest as they like pump their legs. Steam comes out of it, like they're steam-powered. Like,
Steam-powered running,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you can see they do kind of like help Triss a little bit on the run. As far as Fry knows, Triss is absolutely on their side, or at least has been brought over to, even if when she arrived, she was not. And the two of them disappear. You know about how long it should take for them to get back, and you are at kind of a point just outside of the woods that you've led them to. Triss is prepared with the plan. Triss can control the skies. She can't hold it. She can't change it forever, but she can manipulate the skies around her, and it's an ability that you've seen her use in Idle Prime form previously, but usually just for things like helping clear out the weather for a nice day at the park, or when you doing like teacher's assistant duties, a little bit of cloud cover for outdoor practices, basic manipulation of small spaces of weather. So you know that Triss then has the plan to have the ability to try and expand as much of that open area as possible to push them into. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do kind of like a smash cut 2. Is there anything you want to prepare in the meantime though, while you're waiting for them to come back?
I think I'm just gonna page Lux again.
Yeah.
So that he knows.
Okay,
It's like time.
you do. And before Triss and Fry get back, you do hear in the distance the footsteps. So many footsteps, about as many as people were in that underground bunker of a room under the mayor's office that you met. You see Charles first, because of his massive stature, charging in with so much hope and excitement to see you all. The room's full of people, full backpacks of supplies on them. A few of them kind of cheering in excitement. It's the first time that something has reminded you of when the people arrive as the parade.
It's like the origins of the parade, like what this should be.
And it is not for you but you are part of it. You are part of the cheering masses at this point. Maybe in this scenario, you just are part of the front row, cheering for the hope of the rebellion as they all converge. They start to split into the woods, and Lux kind of ducks out behind Charles, small in frame, so he's kind of perfectly blocked by it, wearing the costume.
Yes!
And has had a little bit of time to work on it and perfect it a little bit. You can see that it fits a little bit better. Like some of the seams are a little better kept. There were definitely places it was like coming open before. And it is beautiful shades of green. It comes to like almost a long sleeve turtleneck that goes up to his neck and down into a little almost tennis skirt similar to yours. And he steps out from behind Charles and runs to Gray in front of you. And Gray gives him the biggest hug before kind of turning him to you all and standing with him.
You look great.
It suits you.
Thanks. Okay. Hey, there's something I didn't tell you guys. And kind of walks over to a little bit of an area of the like dried and depleted grass, and gets all the way down, like scrunches up into a little ball and puts his hands on the ground, and another flower sprouts out. And it's just one flower. It is tiny in nature, and he concentrates really, really hard, and another one sprouts out next to him, and he goes, I can't do very much because there was no one to teach me how to control it. Sometimes it just means like a flower coming out of my ear or something on accident, but I've been trying to figure out how to keep them in the ground.
You're doing great.
Magic.
I knew you were magic.
All along.
Oh my gosh.
It's not much, and I don't think it's going to be very helpful yet.
You're wrong.
You're part
It's
of the
gonna
team.
be so helpful.
And he kind of spins in a little bit of a skirt in front of you all. And goes, okay, and grabs onto all of your hands.
Rainbow rollers.
Let's
roll!
Oh my gosh, we need to get this kid a wheel.
yeah.
Quickly.
And it's not long before a pager goes off on Gray's side, and Gray goes, they're coming back. All right, is everybody ready?
Where should we be?
We should be further back so that they come into the anti-magic field before they even confront us. They need to go further into the anti-magic field in order to even start battling us.
Or do we lure them with us? They come to meet us.
Let's stand
And everyone else is
in the center.
hidden.
So with that in mind, you know that your powers are also affected in this forest. So here's my question to you. Will you stand in the forest and fight Mundane, or are you going to find a way to use your abilities staying outside of it while they are within it? We can also figure that out as the battle starts, but that is the question posed in front of you that you've had some time to sit with and think on while you were waiting for them to return. You've definitely had time to battle plan with each other.
I think I need to be on the outside so that I can try and see what's going to happen next and see what information I can pass on to you guys.
So maybe you hide. On the
I'll hide.
outside.
Maybe I'll like go up in a tree. Or is all of the woods currently dampened?
No, you can definitely see the spots of light. There are trees like right on the outskirt of it, but you can see in the way that when you put like a plant on a windowsill, how it grows towards the light. Everything does. Everything grows towards the breaks in the trees. Because the clouds have been stopping it from growing.
I'm gonna try and get like some high ground so that I can like try and like view as much as I can so that I basically can oracle and try and
Yeah, absolutely. You can sit right on that edge of it. And it would be like almost like you've got like a foot into the forest to like stand on the tree a little bit, but you can reach out to it to get in contact with your magic.
Where are you two going?
I'll be on the outside. Yeah, if things get hairy or too bad, I can rush in to help fight. But
Yeah, you're a protector.
Right.
That's what you do best. So we can just do what we do best, but let everyone else kind of run this the way they need to.
Yeah. Maybe if they're gonna walk up, if we want them to meet us, we could take point on talking to them,
sure.
and everyone else can be waiting to do what they need to do.
We've got your back.
Are you gonna be in in the zone or outside?
I'm gonna be outside of it. I think I'm gonna stick with you, Al, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Can I borrow either tea or dough so that when I see stuff, if I see stuff, I can get that info to the right person?
Yeah, dope. Go with Morga.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Great.
You've each taken your position, and it's not long before, from your vantage point, you can see in the distance, being led by Idle Prime. She kind of moves in now, empowered, almost floating atop like clouds at her feet as she glides back towards it, looking like she is leading a charge into battle. She calls out commands as a force of magical people behind her. It looks like there's about 25 directly behind her of magical people. You recognize some of them that you saw throughout the city. You recognize a person with like the red hands that was smashing through things. You recognize, of course, Crag, who is full of hands, covered in hands all around as they move in forces. They didn't bring any vehicles. They have come here on foot. And they move in not as strategic of a formation. You definitely see the rebellion around you start to take formations. Each of them have like a lookout and a vantage point. They have calls and signals that they've been giving to each other. And the magical people are just rushing in. Fry is with them also, like kind of trying to direct to the place as they all arrive. How will you lead them in?
Okay, so I think I am in my transcendent form. So I do my transformation, but I am waving to Crag. I think I'll wave directly to Crag and say like, okay, they're just this way.
And Crag arrives and goes, "Very good. Look at you. I knew I could trust you, right?"
Of course.
Al's the best. Al always knows how to get things done.
Yes, you do. All right, where are they?
We'll take you to them.
And Crag will lead a charge in, and the magical people do start to kind of like disperse a little bit, coming in from different sides of it. And you can see Idle Prime immediately start manipulating a cloud cover over the forest to try and make it look like they're the skies that they know is a source of their power. But like that she is trying to protect them, to keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'll keep you covered with magic, don't worry.
Most of them should stay with us, correct? And I'll try to convince a lot of them to stick with us as we walk into the...
You see them starting to splinter off into the forest. As many as possible do you try to like herd them behind you to show them the way. And you see Idle Prime working like she is manipulating the clouds, putting on an absolute show of it, telling them like, "I've got your back, I've got you covered," to the magical forces moving in. Was something you wanted to do?
As they all start moving in, I would like to flip through my book again, see if I can activate a flashback and see if I can figure out either who the like strongest person is, who'd be the like if there is a magical person on the other side who's like the turning point, like we gotta eliminate, or somehow like this is the person that needs to be the focus of the energies. This is the biggest threat.
Interesting. So you want to try and identify the biggest threat. So you're doing this as a flashback. Now flashbacks don't cost the same in stress for you, but they are still flashbacks to a place that happened. So what did you do when you were in the camp, in the stronghold, that would help you get this information? Where were you?
Because this is something that like I've been through the timeline. So this is something where like I'm pulling on other me.
Okay. So you want to pull something that is more of almost like a flash forward to see like how other you has defeated you.
Yeah, I want it to be a flashback from a different self.
Wow.
Kind of, I'm trying to access the information of the person who wrote this book and get their flashback instead.
Okay. So your book flies open, the pages flutter in front of you, and in your mind, you see yourself in battle, and you see yourself get encased in a magical energy. both of your arms stuck by your side, lifted into the air. You can see that you're just on the outskirts of a forest. You could even see yourself up on top of that tree that you were on as the person throws you out of the tree. You watch this person tear through the forces. Completely like rage overtaken their eyes, vacant inside of it. They're not a big person, but they seem to have like a telekinesis almost ability. You can't see the thing that's really wrapped around you other than a feeling of like a magical force that's containing you as you're thrown to the ground. They walk through and push people without ever touching them, shoving them, throwing them up against trees, and watching mundane people land around you. You see them taking and tackling the forces, and you see a version of the events where you lost. Where this person was turning the tide with their abilities to just destroy the innocent.
And I'm going to look for them now as I kind of just like pull back from that flashback.
The person had slick black hair, pushed back short into a bob, their eyes vacant as you saw. They wear an all black kind of slinky outfit that fits tightly to their body. They don't take up a lot of space, and neither does their outfit. They are intended to move discreetly in the dark.
And I wonder if it's for one of the first times ever, I think I see a drawing, a sketch of this person as I look at it, and then I look to Doe. Them, tell Gray, tell everyone, if you can, they're very dangerous. Keep them from using their powers, okay?
Doe comes zooming back and whispers in my ear, tugging on my hair, and I go, oh, okay, yes. And then I will just like pass it along word of mouth to everybody.
I would imagine that would be like a tier 3 flashback, and so I should take at least 2 stress from that.
You should take 2 stress from that. That is correct. Everybody will get the word on that. You are warned of this incredibly dangerous person, and as you're leading people in, you are able to identify them. And you see Doe kind of whisper and buzz on, and they are in the group of people behind you, but they are tailing backwards a little bit. They're staying at a little bit of a distance from the group behind you.
I will whisper to you.
Yeah.
I'll say, I think you should work your charm on them.
Oh, okay, I'll try.
Maybe.
And I'll just like hesitantly walk that way.
So you want to move towards the person in the group. Okay, and what are you going to do?
Can you come with me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And I'll grab on your hand and like hold you to me.
Yeah.
I'm very frightened right now. And yes, we're gonna see if we can find this person.
Okay. You absolutely can. Like I said, they're tailing right behind the group. They're walking, looking straight forward. Hard to see what they're looking at. There's not really a pupil to their eyes. It's all dark. And they kind of drag their hands low at their side, kind of slinking behind you all. What would you like to do?
Hey, you look really intense, and I'm sure you feel like you have purpose to go somewhere, but you need to stop right now and just take a serious thought. Do you really want to support this? And
Are you using any ability for this?
I'm gonna touch them. And I'm going to try to use empathy, and I'm going to pour all of my heart and understanding that I've obtained this
Change their
whole
heart.
time, and we're gonna see
Yeah.
if they will understand the empathy.
Okay, so you're using empathize as a
Yeah.
skill. Do you want to push yourself?
Yeah.
What was that?
I was going to say, to sort of tie into some of the themes of this playbook, this could be Idle Melody consuming their dark heart and like revealing a pure one.
It absolutely could. Let's see if it succeeds.
Okay.
So, do you want to push yourself for that?
Absolutely.
This is big. So you're taking at least 2 stress for this, for that
Yes.
push.
And then does the coming along count
I am
as...
absolutely
Setting
going
them
to,
up?
I'm just standing as another force on the other side of this. If they could even look up and go, like, obviously they're kind of shrouded in their own lightedness, their own darkness. But if they could even look up and see any of the forces past us, I don't want them to see past us. I want them to see you, and I want them to see me.
Okay. Yes. So you have a D6 from that assist. You have a D6 from pushing yourself, and then what did you already have in empathize?
1.
Okay.
Total? Do it, do it, do it, do it.
What happens 4?
Okay, no, a 4 is a mixed success.
Okay.
It's not a failure.
Okay.
With a 4, something activates within you. You are just here trying to do the right thing, to be honest. This isn't a magical influence that you're trying to impose upon them, but something feels magical coming from you. Something about you changes a little bit. And you seem to be almost tapping into a new, actually magical ability. The sound of your voice is calming and serene. It sounds like music a little bit when you compel people. Your earnestness does engage this person for a moment, and though their eyes are still glassy black, they're at least entranced for a second with you. And it gives you enough time for them to stop and think about it. Maybe for the first time, they heard your words and they see you and they almost freeze in place. Now, this isn't going to turn the tides of their entire person because it was a 4, but it does buy you some time before they can start smashing people. At this point in the flashback, they would have already been sending people into trees.
Have the rebellious forces, like, when are they kind of hopping out?
As soon as the magical people, which you've now like held this person back a little bit, the magical people get into the forest, and as they cross over that threshold, you immediately hear the sounds of battle. You can see it from your vantage point. Where are you stationed again?
I'm just outside of this, like, the anti-magic field, and probably on the far side where everyone else is, or away from everybody else.
Okay, absolutely. So you all...
As I see the signal of everyone going, that is my signal to be like, no!
Okay, so we're gonna do an engagement. You're all working together. We're gonna do a group engagement roll. Who is willing to take that stress?
I will, since I made the call.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So lead this in it, but everyone is rolling for this, and this is going to determine the tides of the battle.
I'm saving my stress because I might need it.
5.
4.
Okay.
6.
And what have you got?
5.
Okay, that is successes all
Yeah,
around. There is
because
not
you
a
get a
failure in it.
Yeah.
So this actually determines the fate of the battle. I can tell you at this point that you can win this. You can overcome all of them. You see the rebellion forces take to it like they have been practicing this for so long. You see Lux even bending down, trying to like wrap people's legs in vines and getting little bits to grow up and grab around their feet to try and trip people on the way in. I'm gonna go to each of you, and each of you takes one big action to turn the tide of this battle. Let's start with you.
Oh boy. Okay, so far, the clouds have not parted, so our abilities will still work in like the anti-magic area, and as long as they still do, Polly is doing something they've never done with their abilities before. They're generating these balls of shield energy, and they're chucking them at these people. It's a little dark, but they are covering their heads like helmets and sort of cutting off their supply of oxygen, knocking them unconscious. So they are like struggling with these shields that aren't allowing any air to pass through until they pass out. And they're going to try to get as many as they can.
Incredible. You see from your vantage point on the other side of it, 5 magical people come in. One that you recognize with the red hand that was running through that city causing destruction for nothing. Doing so just to do so, just to cause a little bit of havoc. Is one of the first people as this encases around their head and they struggle and fall to the ground unconscious. 4 more coming from different places, rushing to their side, trying to figure out what happened, not even able to see you at this time.
Through the bushes.
Moving through the bushes, and you're able to stay in the areas where your magic is effective, as they don't know where the line is and you do. You can see where Idle Prime's magic begins as a false cover, but they can't. They don't recognize anywhere that light should be peeking through, as 5 of them drop to the ground, just almost into a pile. They keep coming out to see what happened to the other one and dropping unconscious on top of each other.
And there's a knowledge that they won't be killed in this because as soon as the anti-magic field comes up, it'll dissolve.
Yes.
But it's enough to have them be unconscious.
Perfect, and they are.
Oh my gosh. So I'm there channeling this empathy towards this person, and I feel a little tickle in this ear, and I go, Yati, I got it. whatever it takes. And I am going to use this newfound sort of use of my power, and I'm going to amplify their emotions and the path that the anger and rage and blankness that's like within them. I want to like magnify so much that they just start shaking and like with anger and start like what is the word? Turning on their fellow
Rage
people.
quit.
Yeah. Well, turning on their fellow mages or magic users, magic girls.
In the way that someone sings to crack a glass, the piercing of your voice seems to ring within them, and they look like they are violently in pain. Their body is shaking. It looks like they are going to crack, and instead it is only in their mind. Their mind does snap, and they are under your control.
What I'm going to say to them before they go, I'm just going to say, the thing about a spotlight is that you can't see beyond it. And going to just let them loose on the fellows doing whatever their power is. They're going to attack their own magic girls.
They activate into their, you see a very comparable sight to what you saw, but instead of attacking the rebellion, they are flinging other magical people, sending some of them into the zone of their abilities being blocked on accident, smashing people into the ground. And instead of it just being a person that falls to like a lifeless heap, because these are magical people, when you see them smashed into the ground, they crater into the earth. They're throwing people. Another few magical people are dropped, and this person is at your command. You're able to proceed and push them to do with your will.
I look for Crag, and I look for where they are in the fray, and I want to see if my ability to manipulate time can put them just a little out of phase with what's happening, so they're just a little off every time.
So cool.
They try to do anything.
Crag looks furious. Crag has clearly recognized that this is a setup. Having more insight and more experience with you all, recognizes what's happening around. And in doing so, they step into, are you still up in the tree?
I'm up in the tree.
And
So,
what does it
for,
look
a
like you
vantage point.
casting this kind of like time magic on them?
I think I was posturing before, but I think I kind of try it this time, like holding on to this book that has been my key to my power for so long. But I don't open it because I don't need to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hold it and feel that time is already something that I have a lot of my own power over. And I start to glow with that teal turquoise power, and then my eyes flash that just like all like completely solid color teal as I start to glow, and I see everyone moving at their own rhythm and like the dial of like a stopwatch. I just
Equipment manager.
lick Crag so that they're a little off, as though they stutter and suddenly they're a step behind everybody else.
They keep trying to get back into the rhythm, and every time there's this freeze and losing their footing and their balance, and every time he tries to pick up one of the hands to throw, it's like it disappears out of time and comes back in another place, and it's going a different direction than Crag means for it to. And the hand, one of them goes through, and you see a crackle of like a portal opening, similar to what Future You did to let you through, as a hand goes through it and comes out behind Crag and catches him in the back of the head on accident. Something that was being sent towards you is deflected and hits him as he falls forward.
Speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Portals.
The cake was alive.
Now we're playing with the portal.
Oh, there it is.
All right.
I think that so you have this person, you're starting to manipulate them. I turn around and I see this battle zone, and I see Crag get hit. And I look at Crag because their facade, I saw right through their facade at the very beginning. And I say, it's so interesting that you're so magical and you think you're so powerful. Better than everyone who's overtaking you here. their world isn't so different, you know? And I think you're about to find out just how true that is. And I'm going to reach for my mask, pull my mask out of my blazer pocket, put it on.
Rat is still attached to it. I've been here the whole time.
Wait, okay. Put it on, plug his ears, tell him to plug his ears. And I'm going to reach a hand out with my scepter and try to drain the magic and make Crag completely mundane.
Oh!
Incredible. Crag reaches to try and throw one of the hands at you, and it sputters. It continually just misses. It just jumps through you and can't quite get something to you. And stumbling forward, almost falling into your scepter, like with enough force it could have pierced through him, and it just pokes into his chest enough. And the time magic that is setting is almost like he's moving back and forth, like it is piercing and it isn't piercing at the same time as he's sputtering into time.
A little bit is me. I do a little bit.
And you feel an ability that you've never felt before. You feel like you've done whatever it is that is necessary. You have, throughout this, everybody has wondered what it is that your ability is, and the leader does whatever is necessary at the time. And you know that your magical set will always provide you what you need in that moment. And right now it is to depower the person who is leading. You are going to be the only leader here as the hands slowly dissipate, sparking out in bits of that ethereal magic, as the look of Crag also drains, hair fading to like a dirty blonde color and losing all of its volume, his cheekbones kind of hollowing a little bit and losing all of the strength as every hand slowly disappears, and bleeding from the chest, just where you've poked in, not enough to stab through, but just cause a small wound in the center of his chest, drops in front of you.
Not so strong at all. And I'll turn back around to the rest of the battlefield and see.
The rest of the battlefield is full of people, spirited like magic, using mundane abilities to capture these magical people. As soon as they enter into the clearing, there's rope swinging around. People were using teamwork and working together to bind and gather everyone into that space. The full of life still bodies of magical people are essentially piling up in the center of this as they work everyone into the same space. These magical people have not been dropping their magical forms. You saw when you were in the stronghold, every one of them was full-time in these forms, and their mundane selves are weak from keeping that up. You know what it is like to keep that up full-time, and they are exhausted. As soon as they drop it, they have clearly overextended their abilities as they fold into piles of people. And the battlefield gets quieter and quieter as more of them fall. Nothing but the battle cries and cheers of the rebellion stand as the last magical person falls, other than the Rainbow Rollers.
I really love Rebellion. That was great. We should do it again.
Actually, the only other magical person standing is the one you're commanding, who is just like idle, like in a video game, that like idle movement, waiting for command from you.
Idle.
You can just go to sleep now.
Drops.
Okay.
Snoring. Asleep, not like unconscious, not knocked out, asleep.
Asleep.
Absolutely asleep. The rebellion slowly kind of comes out of the woods and surrounds you all. They cheer and they hug each other, giving accolades, high-fiving, congratulating each other on incredible work. And they all kind of encircle you into this massive celebration with each other. As many as you all fell, the rebellion of mundane people fell just as many magical people. And they look so full of pride and excitement. And you see Lux, of course, cheering and running and jumping up and down, holding hands with Gray. Gray celebrating and looking at Lux's outfit truly for like the first time that they've had a moment to. And they come back to you along with Idle Prime, grouping you into this like celebratory hug that the entire rebellion has pushed in. You've got like 200 people all just kind of pressing into each other. It's almost suffocating the excitement. And you all stand victorious, having felled this group of people.
Better than any parade.
Yeah.
So much better.
So much better.
There's no front row.
Miss Lestray comes out from the back of the kind of hug and pushes into the center and goes, well, I suppose there's a lot of decisions for us to have to make now about what happens here. Charles as well, kind of like waving and like picking up and almost like piling people a little bit and like roping and like tying them up. I don't know what we'll do, but we're in a much better position to protect ourselves and decide what rebuilding looks like now. Thank you.
Thank you.
We were a team.
Mm-hmm.
Idle Prime opens the clouds back up to let the light come in and reveal it. It does make your magical forms slowly dissipate into mundane, as does hers standing there with you. Well, it's time to get all of us home, but I need your help.
My help?
Yeah, I think I've figured something out. If we can shift into something slightly different, there's a reality where we have this, and where if in infinite timelines anything is true and possible, then there's a reality where there is a much easier passageway through home.
Does that mean we can come back and visit? I don't know if I wanna.
I think it does. I think that, messing with timelines could always be a risk, but we've taken many risks today. Would you be willing? I think that we could bolster your powers if we sit down with it.
Okay. Okay.
And you have a transcendent ability you hadn't used yet.
I do. It's a little intense.
Yeah.
When an ally suffers severe consequences, I can choose to abandon this timeline for a better one. Consequences that they would have suffered are replaced by me suffering harm, which would be considered traveler's despair. And my relationship to the person that I save is different in this timeline.
Idle Prime is the person who has suffered in this. Having dropped out of her magical form, she was already weak and hurting, and you can see her wounds, though covered in bandages, are once again bleeding. She gave everything to this fight. Holding the magic during this entire battle was incredibly taxing. So as she's kind of melted back into Triss, it's okay.
Oh.
No, it's okay.
Wait. No, I don't think you are okay.
I'm going to be. We just have to get home. Okay? And I need your help. I need you to be brave.
Okay. I can't do it like this. And I try and like step out of the clouds again and transform. And I like reach out to hold Idle Prime's hand.
And she asks to hold your hands and asks you all to join hands as well.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to do is we're going to create an area here above this space that we can transport. If things can come in, there must be a way for things to come out. And I believe that you are the key to that.
And I think about the portal that I've seen start popping up. And I look up at the sky. And I look over to a tree. Hey, Lux,
Yeah?
can you help also?
Yeah, Lux will come in and grab hands with you all. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I want to make a way for us to come back and visit. And I would like to use this tree. And since you're so good with growing things, I think you might be able to help me use the new life that we're making here as a way to connect to the life from where we're from.
Okay. Yeah, yes. And holding on to your hands, you see for the first time a transformation sequence come over Lux. The outfit goes from being something that he made himself stitched on to a fully magical version of it.
Yeah.
It expands, it broadens into the shoulders, it fits. It looks almost like it is made itself out of vines and leaves. The material of it changes to a natural fiber.
It's the green rainbow roller.
And bolstered by all of your powers, grabbing onto your hands, he looks to the tree in front of him as it grows. Almost like a Jack and the Beanstalk style, it expands up into the sky, and a glowing gold carves out a little archway into the tree. In it, you see an opening of what looks like a spiral staircase up, something that a mundane person could travel up.
And I, making eye contact with Idle Prime and thinking about the things that they have suffered and reaching out my consciousness to all of the different possibilities and finding the one where they weren't suffering, where they never really made it down here and they are safe. And that connection between the person who was never here and the person who never left here. I use the tree and the stairway that Lux made to embody that inevitable link between those two opposite possibilities. And I shift the timeline.
A portal opens at the top of the tree, crackling open. Not a perfect circle, but a fragmented opening of magic that hovers at the top of the base of the tree. And Triss holds your hand and then disappears in front of you, and your portal home is open. She's gone from gripping onto you and onto Gray, nodding and understanding as she slowly fades out.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's what she wanted.
You all make your way up through the trees. The people here of the rebellion now have access to climb in and visit you. Lux even comes back with you to visit. Gray tags along, pretty out of place in that world, in just like not magical. I just got a magical kid that I'm trying to support.
Yeah.
I do need to go. Yeah, hang on.
Ally.
Let's get you to some classes so that you can,
And Lux is able to enroll in the high school. You wouldn't all be in school together because Lux is a bit younger, but leading up to one day coming to the same academy that you study at, and you're able to be part of like a big brother, big sister program.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to take over Zippies.
Right? I will say at one point, as time has passed, Polly comes and has a moment with Lux and secretly palms them a green wheel.
Yes.
Keychain. Seeming to have come from the Rainbow Roller itself.
Lux is so excited as you hand it and immediately clips it onto their outfit, and it matches perfectly like it always should have been there. And he looks back at you and just gives you the biggest hug, and he's tiny, so it's mostly just wrapped around your waist, gripping onto you. And it's like he's kind of constantly in and out of magical form because he's just so excited to be able to do it that like he'll just walk by and be like, in a magical
I'm like,
form again.
oh my
Welcome
god, a rainbow
to the,
roller.
yeah. Welcome to the team, Idle Vine.
I love it. Someone's gonna have to teach me how to roller skate.
Yeah.
I got you.
You all get back to Zippy's. Returning, heading in through the portal, it's not terribly far from the pit that you now have essentially like a little cave portion out of. It's not visible to many people's eyes. You would have to be looking for it to know it is there, but you've carved out a little space to climb in and out of that pit. Making your way back to Zippy's, we see you enter in and everything looks as it should. It looks like the night when you closed up. After the popular kids came by and you all headed and fell into the pit. But you hear a little bit of music coming from inside the clubhouse.
Wait a second.
I thought I turned that off.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. So I left somebody in charge of it.
Let's go find out.
Okay.
Who's there?
Walking in, you hear the shuffling about of like the little kitchenette. You can hear like the clattering of like pots and pans in there as Idle Prime turns around and sets something down and goes, you guys missed a whole shift today.
Sorry.
We were busy.
Yeah, we got detention. Is that something you get in college?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
We were just feeling very rebellious that day.
Yeah.
We put ourselves in detention
Yeah.
because we were being
Being rebellious.
rebellious.
Sure.
But we made some new friends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
We'll show Lux.
And Idle Prime,
And Gray.
for the first time in this timeline, meets Gray and Lux. And you see Idle Prime look at Gray and is kind of like, oh. Like,
Yeah. You should get
all
on
right.
that.
Yeah.
hey, me, our friends, Mom, Gray, you're not mad at us anymore, right?
Gray can't be mad at us.
Mad. No.
No.
Idle
it's-
Prime?
Yeah, Idle Prime. Hey, let me just
Idle
introduce you to
Prime
this
like
person.
doesn't
who isn't
even
mad at-
hear you,
Yep.
and like walks over and like shakes hands with Gray and like compliments Lux's outfit, and has been making some lunch in the clubhouse and invites all of you to sit down. And this time, Idle Prime never left.
I'm
Idle
so
Prime
hungry.
has been here and immediately puts a huge plate in front of you.
I go get you a slushie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As you all settle in to your homes, changed forever by what you have seen, and Idle Prime ready to be there and be your mentor and look out for you. Gray coming to visit on the weekends, essentially sending Lux to like a boarding school of sorts during the week. Lux will usually alternate staying with like one of you during the week to go to school here and go and visit, trading off weekends with Mom. And you are able to get back to classes, though you did get some negative marks for missing some today, and you absolutely missed lunch with both the mayor and the popular kids.
We were rebelling.
It was worth it.
Right when we enter and we say hi to Idle Prime, I'd love to like squeeze by them, grab a can of cat food, and go and feed the cats. And as like they're starting to eat, I would love to sit down and open my book, and like in a quiet moment, as like everybody else is like getting back to being back at home, I'm just gonna write, "I'm sorry. Good luck."
Shut.
Your book shuts. We hear the laughter and enjoyment of a lunch. Outside of a window, a figure passes by that you recognize. Your brother stands sitting outside the window, seeing you in magical form with an undoubted look of recognition as he waves to you.
Are you gonna stand up there like a stranger? Or get in here, you weirdo?
Confused as hell, walking in and taking a seat at the table. Your poison promise didn't turn out so bad, but your brother is aware of your secret identity now. You are no longer an enigma to at least one member of your family.
You're good at keeping secrets, right?
Whatever.
We've got pizza.
Slide over a slushie.
Grabbing a
Do you
slushie.
accept bribes?
Yeah.
Unlimited slushies for however long you keep a secret.
Your sprites zipping around and bringing over like napkins and stuff to the table to help you out. Idle Prime looking over to you and like preparing another plate for you. All right,
Grown
maybe
kid.
maybe we only need one. Maybe we'll close for tonight. It seems like y'all could use a little time off.
Staff party.
Private
Staff
party.
Staff party.
Yes. Okay, you have
Cue
to.
lights.
I didn't get to see you finish like how fast you could chug this.
Oh gosh,
So I think you should try that again.
I've got an empty tank and I'm ready to go.
And we zoom out, hearing the blaring of music, seeing the lights once again kick on like you're opening, but everyone turning away at the doors that can't come in. The popular kids kind of like and walk away from all of you as the music fills the town once more and Zippy's is closed for business. And that is where we end our story. Yay! Thank you all so much for being incredible and wonderful magical people. You have all made the magical girls proud. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending this time with us. Of course, thank you to Evil Hat for sponsoring this series and making it possible for us to tell these fun stories. We're going to go around one more time and tell everyone who you are, who you've been, and where to find you.
My name is Lexi, otherwise known as Black Girl Mage, all over the internet. I have been Zariah or Idle Alias.
I'm Kaylee Bray. You can find me on the internet at Huff a Barbarian, and I have been Mora Troy, aka Idle Vision.
I'm Denny Gage, otherwise known as Bitterthorn on the internet, and today I was Ashley Park / Idle Melody.
And I'm Xander Jeanneret at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F, but today I've been Polly Shepherd or Pauldron Shepherd, Idle Guard.
And I am Sage Ryan. You can find me everywhere on the internet at NotSage. Thank you so much for letting me tell this story for you. Be sure to do things like join the Discord, check us out on Patreon, and check out Girl by Moonlight. That is, of course, the system that we have been playing on. If you're a fan of Blades in the Dark, you will love Girl by Moonlight. It's just as punishing, but extra glittery. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon.
Can we do a rollout?
Let's roll.
Okay, let's
But
roll.
Do you want to start it?
Yeah. Rainbow rollers.
Okay, everybody. Rainbow rollers.
Let's roll!
Thank you all so much.
Oh, excellent. Well, it looks like my work here is done.
But you didn't do anything.
Ha ha!